Hello, welcome to this week's video. This week I want to show you how to make a sketchbook from one big piece of paper. So this sketchbook here was made from an abandoned drawing, and I've stuck a cover on it, and it was made from a big piece of paper, a big A1 scrappy paper with a scrappy old drawing on it. But I love reusing, recycling old bits of paper to create new art possibilities in a sketchbook. So I'm going to show you how to construct a sketchbook like this, but I think I'm going to do a tiny little one like this because it'll be easier to show you. So that's my plan. Homemade, simple art books, and I might show you some of my art books and just chat a bit about why I find this kind of sketchbook art book to be really helpful for my art practice. I thought I would just show you some of the art books that I've made over the years, and I make these kind of little experimental books all the time to explore, to try things out, to experiment, to use up any scraps of paper. And it means that I can make the books out of the paper that I like. It means I reuse and reutilize all sorts of experiments and studies and things that I've practiced on, and everything just gets sort of used up. And I find them a low-key, low-pressure, helpful way to try things out, experiment with different materials. I think this is one of the pieces that I made in my class, Art Journal Joy. So there's lots of different kind of samples, and I just find them a really useful resource. And they're living in a box at the bottom of my desk. And whenever I'm stuck or looking for a little bit of inspiration, I sort of pull them out and go through them. And I always discover little things that I've done. So there's lots of different ways to make these simple books. I've got a couple of classes that show you how to make and fill them, but today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make one from scratch using just one big piece of paper. So just, experimenting with different materials, collage. Right, let's crack on and actually construct our book from one piece of paper. You might want a few other sheets of paper if you want to add a cover. You really only need scissors, but you might want to use glue if you decide to glue your sketchbook together and if you want to add a cover. So this is the kind of sketchbook that we're going to make today. And this sketchbook was made out of an old abandoned charcoal drawing that I found in my plan chest. So it's got all these bits of drawing and pattern and marks on, and I really like these accidental compositions that come from cutting up a painting or drawing, and it just has these sort of great surprises that really interest me. So, I was looking at this, and this is the side, I think, of a vase that I was drawing, or a vase. And when you look at it like that, it is just 100% a landscape, isn't it? So this sketchbook here was made with an A1 piece of paper, and then I've stuck some more scraps on the kind of cover. And an A1 piece of paper makes a sketchbook that's just a bit bigger than my hand. So whatever size paper you start with, it's going to make a sketchbook which is a 1/16 of that original size. So, for example, this sheet of paper here is going to make a sketchbook this size. So super tiny. I'm going to show you on this piece of paper because I just think it's probably easier to see what's happening on a smaller piece of paper. To make this sketchbook, you'll need your paper. You can have a abandoned drawing on it if you wish, or a plain piece of paper, entirely up to you. And then really all you need is a pair of scissors and possibly some glue. I'm also going to use this spoon as a bone fold, as a way to help me get nice clean folds. We start off with our piece of paper, and what we want to do is we want to create some muscle memory for the folds by folding it and then opening it back up. So the very first fold is we're going to fold it in half. This is where I'm going to use my spoon to help get a nice sharp fold. So we've started with one fold right down the middle like that in a landscape format. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the edges, these two flaps, and we're going to fold them into the centre like that. And the more kind of precise and neat you are with your folds, the more precise and neat your sketchbook will be. So I'm just going to put the folds in a bit like this. And take my spoon and just make a nice sharp edge on that fold. So now we've got the page folded into 4 long strips. Now we're going to do the same but the other way around. Now I'm going to take these 2 edges and we're going to bring it up to the top. And then I'm going to take my spoon and do the same again. So bring this edge and this edge into this centre line. So we're just creating these folds in the paper which are going to help us when we come to folding up our sketchbook. And then making a nice sharp fold by leaning on the bowl of the spoon. So folding that loose flap into the centre again, and using the spoon to create a sharp fold. So there. So we created the folds, the 16 sort of pages really, and then we're going to do 3 different cuts into and along these folds, which then allows us to fold up the paper into our sketchbook. We're going to make 3 cuts along these middle lines. So there's 1, 2, 3 lines. We've got it at a sort of landscape orientation, so you know, like, I don't know, a widescreen telly, that sort of shape. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to cut there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me draw where we're cutting so you can see. We're going to do the cutting a little bit straighter than my line drawing, maybe. Ooh, yeah, definitely maybe. So the idea is that we cut across 3 of our pages and we always leave that end page without a cut. Then we're going to come down and instead of starting at this end, we're going to start at this end. And we go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to stop our cut there. And then we're going to do another cut here, 1, 2, 3. And we're always leaving 1 square at the edge. So we're not cutting right the way across. We're cutting into 3 pages and then in the other direction 3 pages. So you don't need to draw these lines. I've just done that to show you. So we're going to do our first cut along this line here, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to cut all the way along here. You could do this with a Stanley knife and a ruler. I'm just doing this quickly to show you. And we're stopping right there. So that's our first cut. You can see how the book is going to fold up. Second cut, coming from this direction. So the opposite direction from where we started this cut, this one here. And then our third cut coming in from the same side as this first one. You see, we've kind of created a zigzag. this sort of pathway through our page. So we've got our cut piece of paper. Now I'm going to fold it up. So starting at one end, folding in, creating a little concertina. And then when it gets to this edge, sort of going around the corner, you fold it like that. And then you folding this up, and then we need to fold this like this. So then we're getting to this sort of bit where it has to go around the corner, then it folds in on itself again. And the reason I've specifically showed you with some drawing on is because I think it helps to work out which way to fold it up. So I'm just going to show you the folds again. We're concertinaing that up. And then when we're getting to where we have to go kind of round the corner, we're folding it in on itself. And then we're putting the blue next to the blue, the drawing bit next to the drawing, and then that drawing bit has to go under. And then we're following this so that the drawn side is always next to the drawn side next to the drawn side. And then we're folding that over on itself so that the drawn side can then be folded like this. There we go. So it's actually quite straightforward. So you could just leave your little concertina book exactly like that and not do anything more to it. And that allows you to work on all those different sides. But I find it a little bit like a jack in the box. I find the different sort of ways it folds a little bit confusing. I prefer to turn it into a more classic sketchbook, and I do that through just a bit of glue. So I take some of the concertina pages and I glue them together. So for example, I tend to glue it just bit by bit. Here I'm just using an old glue stick to show you. And then I'd glue that page. And I particularly do that for the pages where it kind of goes around the corner. Those going around the corner pages are the ones that I find a bit irritating. So I just work out which way it should be and then I glue it together. Do it little page by page so that I'm not gluing the wrong thing together. And then that creates more of a sort of classic sketchbook. And I particularly do that. It's this page here, the one where the opening is at the top. Somehow it just irritates me. So then once I've glued the pages together, that means I can then stick a cover on it. So if you do decide to glue your book, it will mean that all your internal pages are a double thickness of paper, but both your kind of cover page and your back page will just be a single width of paper. So I like to add a cover just to give the book a bit of robustness. So I've now glued the pages of this little test sketchbook. It's a little sample to show you. And you'll see that I was quite sort of slapdash in my cutting because I was just doing it to show you. The neater you can be with your cutting and your folding, the neater your end sketchbook will be. And then because I've glued the pages and therefore the sketchbook only works like that, it means I can put a cover over this bit here. You might want to tape up this edge. As this is just a sample, I'm just going to take a scrap and glue that on. So I'll just add some glue to this front cover, glue the back as well. And this is how I've used up all these scraps. So this scrap that I'm sticking onto the cover of this book is just a bit of Indian ink on some nice thick paper. So the cover is actually a bit thicker than the book itself. So there we go, a tiny little sketchbook made from one piece of paper. If you want to know how to make other types of simple sketchbook and how to fill them up, I've got a couple of classes on my website which show you exactly how to do that and give you some ideas and some processes that you might want to take and make your own. So there we go. I hope you found that helpful. I hope that means that you never need to throw out any of your old drawings. You can reuse them and turn them into something useful that might spark another creative adventure.